What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's your boy Poetic.
¿Qué pasó, familia? This is your boy, Mr. M2J.
¿Qué lo que, mi gente? ¿Qué está pasando
Eso
hoy?
pa' manito, eso pa' manito.
¿Qué lo que, mi pana? ¿Qué está pasando? How's your day today? How's the weather out there?
How's the weather out here? I don't know. Today's kind of hot.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you consider hot?
Like 90s, 80s, 90s.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. I was sweating balls today.
What? No one cares.
And then
about
my
you.
AC broke too.
No one cares about you.
My AC broke too.
No one cares about you. Oh, boo hoo. It's 80s, 90s. It's like, let me see. Weather today.
Can you figure out which finger is this?
It's 43 degrees here. Ooh, 80. That's so rough. I get sun.
80s with humidity.
Ooh,
Listen, 80s with humidity in Florida feels like a good 110.
ooh, 110. That's so bad.
And go live in Arizona, so you want to complain about someone. No.
I've been to Arizona. That's just
Okay,
muggy.
stay there. Okay,
that's
then,
not
stay
the
there.
same. That's horrible.
Go there, stay there. Guess
That's
your son.
not-
You want to complain about I'm in Seattle. I'm so white because I ain't getting no sun. Go to Seattle. Go to Arizona. Go to Arizona now. Then go. You want to complain about it? Yeah. Go
It's 43
get your
degrees
red
here. It's
eye
not
therapy,
much
sir. Go tan your balls. Go tan your testes. Give you some testosterone so you can get it from the sun.
What up, y'all? This is episode 21. We're going to bring you some crazy stuff. I think Mr. M2J here has a story or two. We're going to go ahead and bring up and talk. What you got here? What you got?
Oh man. I hope y'all ready for this, bro. So make sure y'all put your headphones on and put that volume up. Don't let the kids hear this because it's about to get wild.
Let's go.
Wild. Okay, so now we're going to touch a topic that, we often touch in this podcast, which is called Am I the Asshole? Usually Poetic is the one that comes with all the crazy topics, but I found one that seemed kind of spicy to see the least. So now, question here is am I the asshole?
Spicy? Is it pepper spicy or is it real spicy?
Oh, it's mama spicy.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so it says here, am I the asshole for asking my mother to leave because she won't stop wasting my food?
I think I saw that one. Okay, go ahead. Oh.
This is here. My baby sister just had a baby and our mom came to help. My sister and her husband live in a tiny apartment with no room for my mom. I agreed to let her stay with me since I live only 8 blocks away. It's walkable. My plan was to Uber her over in the morning and pick her up after work. I only eat one meal a day during the week. During the week? Crazy. Supper. I have coffee for breakfast and some fruit for lunch. On Saturday, I treat myself to a good breakfast, and Sundays I take the woman I'm dating for brunch.
Okay.
My mother decided that this was unacceptable. She got up early and went through my fridge and my freezer to make me breakfast. I told her that I appreciate it, but that I do not usually eat breakfast. She said that was stupid. I very clearly communicated that to her that she was welcome to eat anything in my home, but to please not to make me breakfast as it was a waste. She made breakfast the following day, walked out without eating it. Figure worst case scenario, I could eat it for supper. She threw it out since I didn't eat it. I told her once more to please not waste my food. She made me breakfast for the next day. I asked her if she was developing dementia. She is wasting my food for no good reason. I'm not poor or anything, but wasting food is a pet peeve of mine. She said I was being ungrateful for her help, and she was doing it so to be nice since I was letting her stay with me. I explained to her again, I did not need it. wanted, required, or desired breakfast during the week. She said she understood. She made me breakfast the next day, and,
Oof. Ooh.
and I had enough. I took her luggage with me when I dropped her off at my sister's home. I told my doorman that my guest was no longer welcome. I got so many messages from her and my sister all day long. Even my dad called me to ask me to change my mind. I said no. He had to drive up and rent an Airbnb close to my sister because my mom was too scared to stay by herself. She's
What?
re- he's retired, so he didn't miss work or anything. My sister came over alone to talk to me. She said that I was being a complete ass and that I could afford the food my mom was wasting. Excuse me?
No,
I
no.
said I could, but I didn't want to. She literally used up 2 months worth of my food. She made up a huge breakfast that I didn't even eat. I kept all my bacon. I kept all my bacon in individual servings. She thought it out. Three for every breakfast. One for her and two for me. And I ate zero. My father has asked me to let her back in. I said I will under the condition that she understands that my food is completely off limits to her. She can pay for her own food. I said I will make room in my fridge and freezer for her. She said I was being ridiculous and petty. So my dad is staying neutral, but my mom and sister think that I'm a jackass. My girlfriend thinks the whole thing is hilarious and the hilarious and refuses to get involved.
Are they the asshole?
I,
So
s- I say no. I say no. She's
I
not.
say I'm gonna go with what you say. Asshole with a reason. No, because it's your mom. I feel like they're probably not Hispanic because it's normal for to have your mom there and understand. But it's one of those things where, like, if you told your mom multiple times, "Hey, I do not eat breakfast. Do not make me anything," and she's still making it, then it's like, okay, she's not listening. That's bad. But the worst part is the fact that she is making this, and then he's like, okay, you know what? So I don't want to waste the food. I'll have it for dinner. But then she throws it away. No, I don't care how much money you have. Waste is waste. There's people in Africa and all over the world in different
Not even
places
in Africa.
that
There's
have
people that
food
here in the United States, bro,
here in the U.S.
that cannot
And
even afford a meal.
bro, and she's throwing it. It's like, okay, first of all, here's the first question. You're in someone else's this is where we can switch on the parents. You're in my house now. So you said I
Facts.
had to listen to your rules, you gotta listen to mine. All I'm
Facts, bro.
asking is it's really simplistic. Do not make me breakfast. And if she is gonna make it and she decides I'm not gonna listen, then I'll have it for dinner. But the fact that she throws it away, you're literally so I it's I'm basically doing this. I'm going to the store, getting my food, and throwing it in the trash. What's the point of me wasting my money? Why should I even buy food? And if that's the case, I might as well go to eat at that point. No,
But
I
that,
don't think. I think asshole with a
yeah,
reason.
I
Asshole with a
agree
reason
100%
because
with you there. It's crazy because the fact of the matter is that you come into my house,
yeah,
I already have, I have a heating, like she has an eating habit. Okay, she already have her life set up in a way that she already by the story. She clearly explained to detail how she eats. Okay, I get it. You know, one time it's okay. She already told you don't do it. You did it the second time. She's explaining to you she don't do it. Okay, she's not trying to be wasteful, so she's gonna eat the food later. She throws it out. You go again and tell her stop wasting my food. It's not that I don't have the money. It's that I have a eating schedule of my own. I'm a grown adult. I got my own eating schedule. I eat this way. I am perfectly fine. You don't see me malnourished, sick or nothing. Stop touching. Yo, she gave her permission to touch anything in the fridge for
Yeah.
herself.
Yeah.
Yet she's always over here with the breakfast nonsense. Even after she said it more than one time. If I read correctly, she said it
Yeah.
maybe at least 5 or 6 times. Stop doing that. You're wasting my food. And then she
Yeah.
says she's being ungrateful. No, the food is going to waste. You seeing it yourself. So how she's being ungrateful when she's not even touching the food because she already is used to, like, it's me. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to my job. I don't eat breakfast. I eat lunch when I come back home from lunch. What's the point of my wife sitting down there making me breakfast when I'm not gonna eat it? My stomach is not even really awake at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. I eat lunch because I already worked throughout the morning. Now I'm fully awake. I come home, I eat lunch, and then I have dinner. So I eat 2 meals a day. It'll be a waste of money to sit down there and then throw it out because if nobody's gonna eat it and you throw it out, it's a waste. That's the whole point.
Real quick, y'all, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. I see your camera doing this to you. It keeps doing this. Like you're not moving left and right, but your camera's going like this.
Oh yeah, no, it's I have the thing that to keep me centered. That's why.
I just see it. I see your
It's
body.
not. It's just. It's, I'm just dying. I'm just because I swivel so the camera just like I gotta follow me. You gotta follow me.
Yeah. But no, I agree. No, I agree. It's a waste. It's like at that point, it's like I might as well just go out to eat and stop buying. That would be the other thing too. What if I decide, you know what, you want to do this? So from now on, I'm just not going to buy the food. I'm not going to buy any more food except for basics, and I mean like basic, maybe bars and stuff. And I'm just going to go out to eat for dinner every night because you keep wasting my food and not listening. Then if I don't buy the food, you're like, oh well, there's new food in this house. Okay, we'll go spend your money then, because I'm not going to do it.
Exactly.
I'm not going to spend my
And that's
money to
that's
buy food
crazy.
and then you throw it away. It's a waste of my
That's super
money.
crazy.
At that point, I can go out to eat and it's not wasted.
No, I think after the third time, I would have been like, you know something, you gotta go. I mean, I love you with all my heart, but you gotta go. You literally are just getting the food that I'm buying, and I'm not consuming it. You are wasting it because you grabbed it and threw it out. You
I'd
didn't
give
eat
a
it.
warning. I wouldn't make her
No, that's
go.
what I'm saying.
Come on.
I'll be like 3 times, and after the third strike, you out. Like I don't.
Well, no, I mean like a warning where like, okay, like, look, it's been 3 times. I've asked you not to make me breakfast. I won't eat it. And then when I decide I'm gonna go ahead and have it for dinner, and I'm gonna eat it later, you throw it out. So I'm literally wasting food, and you're making stuff I told you not to make. And then when I tell you I'm not gonna eat it now, you throw it away. So now you're just literally wasting my money. I don't care if I can afford it or not. You're wasting my money. You taught me not to waste money, and then here you are doing exactly that. So if that's the case, you're gonna this is your notice. If you keep doing this, you're either gonna A, have to leave, or B, I'm gonna go ahead and stop buying groceries. And it shouldn't have to get to that point. It really shouldn't have to get to that point where you have to give that ultimatum.
And
I'm
this is
telling you,
this
I
is
don't
what
eat
it
breakfast.
goes,
Why are you
bro.
making
Is
it?
I think we talk about it a little bit about well, not a little bit. We talk about it on the previous episode about the boundaries that sometimes parents want to have and break, not have, but they want to break when it comes down to their kids. Once the children that you raised are able to take care for themselves and they have a life set up and you want to come into their life to assist or help them, you need to listen to their rules and regulations. I don't care if you're the parent. That is their life now. You are coming here to assist. And just because you are a parent, don't make you a authority in a house that is not yours.
Yep.
We respect you because you are a parent, but you need to respect us because you are in our place. That's our rules. You cannot just override the rules that we have set up for our place.
Yep.
She gave him rules. Don't give me this stuff because I won't eat it. But you are welcome to eat anything because that's where the crazy part goes in here. She tells her you can eat whatever you want. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, it don't matter. Eat whatever you want. Don't make me food.
Yep.
I don't know what part of that did not click inside her mom's head, that she kept making the breakfast and the breakfast and the breakfast and the breakfast. Like, honestly, if you feel nostalgia about you being a mom and having your little baby over there that you make breakfast for her every day, get it out your head. She's grown. She's
or at
gone.
least,
She's
or
doing
at
her
least,
thing.
or at least be like, you know what? I miss making you breakfast. Blah blah blah. Let's do it like once a week where we have breakfast together. Something like that. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying?
she does have that once a week because she eats. Let's see. Let me go
Well,
back for a second.
well, I'm saying like with the mom though, and
But
even
that's what
then
I'm
it's like,
saying. She could have done that with her
yeah,
because she do eat breakfast on Sundays. She says it
yeah,
right here. I only
yeah.
eat
She
one
wants her
meal a
brunch.
day during the week and supper, and I have coffee for breakfast and some fruit for lunch. On Saturdays, I treat myself to good breakfast, and Sunday I take my woman I'm dating for brunch. So she's eating two times.
So
She's
it's a
having
dude. It's a
brunch.
dude then.
Yeah,
So it's a
she's
guy
having
then.
brunch
Okay.
with her girlfriend.
No, it's a guy having brunch with his girlfriend, right? Or it's a girl. I
Well,
think it's a guy.
it didn't specify.
Because it said with so let's not assume that because nowadays
Well,
it's,
yeah,
so girl or guy either way
yeah.
going out with
I
their
don't know.
spouse.
It don't specify. So yeah, it could be a guy, girl. It don't matter. So yeah, well, the person that he's dating or she's dating, they're going out for brunch. So you can join them for brunch and have a brunch together. And on Saturday, if you on Saturdays, she treats herself to good breakfast. So take that time, use it for your advantage. You
Yeah,
make the breakfast on Saturdays. She have the rest of the week scheduled, and that's how she operates.
yeah.
You being wasteful and you being disrespectful by taking her word and throwing it out the window and then just doing you in her place.
Well, the worst part is that the mom's throwing it away. It's
Yeah,
not
but
the breakfast is
it's just
bad
that she's
enough. The fact
disrespecting
that
her
she's throwing it
daughter,
away.
her daughter's rules and regulations,
Yeah,
and then to make mad, to add insult to injury, she just throwing the food away. Like, okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna continue to do what I'm doing, and since you're not gonna eat it, and because you being disrespectful or you being ungrateful or whatever she want to call it, then I'm throwing the food away. That thing that came out of her mama's pocket,
yeah.
that came out of my pocket, and yet you wasting it. So now when Saturday comes around, I cannot sit down and have a good breakfast because now I gotta go back shopping to buy the freaking ingredients that you just don't waste it throughout the week.
Yep. Oh my
Come
god,
on,
that would drive me
that's
nuts,
that's
bro.
mad inconsiderate. I would have kicked her out on the third day. I'm sorry, ma, I love you, but if you would ever done
Yeah,
that, we have a problem.
yeah. Eso me fue bueno ahí. Eso es algo una cosa que it's one of those things, especially in Hispanic families, but in families in general, parents in general are like, this is my house, my rules, you respect it. Okay, well, this is my house, my rules. Just because you're my mom don't mean nothing.
Exactly.
Just 'cause my dad don't mean
Like
it.
I visit my mom because she lives close by or whatever. I mean, she lives like about 20 minutes or so. And whenever I swing by, which I don't do often, if they have food, I go and I ask them, "Hey, you guys gonna eat that?" She said, "Yeah, that's for dinner." I don't touch it. I go in. She said, "You can go ahead and grab whatever you want." I go into the cupboard. I go into the whatever, and I get me a little snack or maybe some crackers or whatever, and just make me something real quick. Bro, I'm not gonna touch the food like, oh yeah, I'm here, I'm your son, so I'm gonna eat your food. No, I don't live here no
Yeah,
more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't live here no more.
yeah. I don't
So
know
why
how
in
you
the
guys are
hell?
doing in terms of food.
I mean, I might take it. I might take a can of food, or I might take a few things here and there and take it to my crib if I really like it and I don't have it home. But you know what I'm saying? But but as to go
Oh
and grab
shit!
whatever they already have set up for their meal, you know, I'm not gonna do that. That'd be mad disrespectful because then I'm leaving somebody without a food.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're like, okay, the food is portioned for me, my husband, and your little sister. That still stays with my mom. And then I'm gonna serve myself a big ass plate of food. And then when they come back home, there's like no food left. Hey, what happened here? Did you eat my
And you
food?
like because I'm your son, so that's what.
See, now I just being a jerk because she told me that food
Yo,
is for us to eat for dinner. So how much of a dick I have to be in order for me to eat your food, even though you told me that? If that was your house, then you would have a problem. So why is not a problem when you're in my house? You're not listening.
oh my god, that's funny. Yeah, I don't think
That's
she's
crazy.
not. I think she should.
She's not an
maybe
asshole.
give.
I mean, I don't.
I don't think
I
she's
wouldn't
an
even say
asshole, but
an
I think
asshole.
she
I
should be
don't.
like, you know what?
At this point, I would not say that she's an asshole with a reason. She's just not an asshole because she's being completely disregarded in her own place
I
about
mean,
her rules.
I'll agree with you on that. I wouldn't say with the reason, but I also wouldn't be like, okay, you're out, you're done. I'd give that last one, but look, if you do it one more time,
I
you
mean,
got to
she
leave.
did, but this is the thing about it. In the
Well, she didn't
end,
say you had to
she
leave though. She was just like, no, don't
compromised
do it. And then
because
she
she
just like
did
this.
said so. So in the end, it says, my father has asked me to let her back in. I said, I will under a condition that she understands that my food is completely off limits to her. She can pay for her own food. I said, I will make my room. She's compromising because she said she'll make room in the fridge, and the freezer for her to put whatever the hell she wants to buy to eat for herself. But then the mama don't want to budge. She basically want to say, I'm gonna continue to make you breakfast regardless.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's not being an asshole because at the end of the day, she's still compromising. Like, okay, she can come, but don't touch my food.
Yeah.
Yeah, she 100% she's not being an asshole.
And then let's see here. Oh, I think I just lost the question I had here.
So guys, if you're watching this and you want to leave something in the comments, let us know. Do you think she's an asshole or she's rightfully like upset and she should have kept her mom outside the house? Or she.
He or she.
Would you let your mama stay with you if you was in that circumstance? Let us know.
Okay, so I had I got one right here. Let's see.
You can excuse him. He's getting old. He loses stuff easily.
Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay, so I have another one. So this one is, am I the asshole for telling my classmates' family that she fakes autism online? Essentially ruining her social life after she spent years bullying me for being autistic. Okay. I, 15 female, have been diagnosed with autism since I was 2 years old. Since elementary, I have been in both isolated / contained classes, special education, and the regular classroom. There is one person, 15 female, who consistently caused issues for me. Let's call her Alyssa. All through elementary, she would call me names, start rumors about me, and make sure I wasn't included in any class things. She very often told me how dumb she thought I was and that people like me, autistics, shouldn't be allowed to go to the same school. In middle school, she would do things like take ear defenders and break them. What the hell is an ear defender? Hold on. What is an ear defender? I'm going to Google this, y'all, because this is confused. I don't know what that is. Okay, hearing protection device. So it's like the little headphones that you just cover. It covers sound so you don't have to hear anything.
Yeah, she's
That's
probably sensitive to sounds and stuff like that.
Yeah, which, okay, that makes sense. Okay. It's a weird way to say it, but I guess that's what they're called. Let's see. She goes in school. Okay, she's my ear defenders and break them. She started calling me the R slur as well. As we know, and figure out the rest. RETARDED. There you go.
Re.
Yeah, Riri's is for short. If you wanna go that crazy. She started calling me the R slur as well. Last year, she started treating me like a pet.
What?
Like she was doing a good thing by parading around the sped kid.
Whoa.
A few months ago, I stumbled across Alyssa's TikTok account. I noticed right away the symbols for autism on her display name. I decided to watch more videos and found that she was claiming to be autistic. She has many posts saying stuff like stim break, touch of the tism, and bunch of other popular phrases about the disorder. She calls autism silly disorder and really seems like she's romanticizing the condition. One of her posts was saying that the doctors were ableist / sexist because they said she didn't have autism. She still insists that her self-diagnosis is valid. I reached out to Alyssa's parents and sent them her account. I told them that their daughter is lying about being disabled online. As a result, her internet access has been restricted. Her parents also posted that Alyssa does not have the condition and deleted her account. Okay, you go, parents. This do something smart. Okay. I'm aware that autism is missed in girls often and that I'm not a doctor. I'm also not in her head, so I can't know. It's just frustrating because in my eyes, she has never had any symptoms. Any symptoms. Symptoms. I know I'm not in her head. To me, it looks like she's just deciding that autism is cool now after treating me horribly because of my autism. Due to my actions, Alyssa has essentially been publicly shamed. It was just her followers who found out. Her friends also know. She started to be shunned by a few of them. People around school have started talking about her negatively. People aren't very nice generally, so it might lead to bullying. I didn't think about that until after I told her parents. I'm worried that my actions may have not been justified. I may have ruined her social life for a dumb reason. I'll apologize to her if I am wrong. Am I the asshole for telling her parents?
No, no, not at all. Not at all, because she did it, and yeah, she did it with reason because she was being bullied. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? She was treating her like she said, she was treating her like a pet, parading her around school. So basically, then you learn from her disability during school time, and then you want to present yourself as this advocate for autism or whatever not, and then you want to make it seem that people is being mean to you because they don't call your disability. You are not disabled.
yeah,
And to confirm it, the parents told people that she has not been diagnosed with that. So yeah, that's a medical opinion right there, because they will take her to the doctor, and the doctor never said she had autism. So you know what I'm saying? She's in school. So one of the things that we parents do, we take our kids to our pediatrician. So if they
yeah,
don't see anything and they don't refer you to a specialist, you are not autistic. You cannot go misdiagnosed like that. You know,
yeah,
you're not showing any traits, and autism has a wide spectrum um for the different classes of autism, but she never showed anything. And the fact that she tried to bully an autistic person, yet presenting herself online as this person that is autistic, nah,
yeah,
you deserve everything that you have coming to your way.
yeah. And I feel like for me, no, I'm gonna let you know right now, you're not the asshole at all. I agree with him because first of all, she bullied you and made fun of it because of that. And unfortunately, nowadays it's 2024, and unfortunately, I feel like people on TikTok, it's kind of like the word "I love you," like the sentence "I love you." People use it so openly now; it almost means nothing when someone tells you that,
Yeah.
or if someone says any other kind of words or any kind of thing like that. People, I feel, especially teenagers nowadays. And she posted this 2 hours ago. I feel like nowadays a lot of teenagers are are and it's a very big, unfortunately, I hate saying it's a trend, but it's a trend for people to self-diagnose, and not just teenagers, people in general, to self-diagnose themselves and then to try to make it. And I agree, it like she said, it seems like she was making, like she was on the dreamy side of it, like she thought it was like something that was kind of cool. And I feel like so many people, not just children but adults, people in general, are so, they listen to people so many times that they're kind of like, oh, I want to feel included in something and feel super special. So I'm going to say I have something so that people feel bad. And then when they
Yeah,
see
like
how
for
good
clout.
I'm doing, yeah, like clout. And then they feel like, oh, and then they get, especially nowadays where if you can hit, if you can, where social media is such a big thing, if you can get people's sympathy and empathy
Yeah, you can
and have
become
people
viral
feel for you,
for whatever.
you're
Yeah.
going to go viral. And if you go viral, you're going to get followers, which means you get paid, which means you're going to be huge. And then you can go from there. And all of a sudden, because she could be like, all of a sudden, like, oh, I'm healed. And then all of a sudden, she's making money for
Yeah,
something that she
exactly. And you get, who gets healed? Please show me the cure for
loves.
autism.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel
That
like she
I
did it
mean,
because it was
I
kind of
think
a
at that
thing.
point, in a way, I think she saved her for further, um, you know,
Oh, yeah.
slanderous behavior. Because honestly, like at one point in time, she was gonna get exposed.
Oh, yeah.
If not by the other person, by somebody online that actually was autistic, or even worse, maybe a professional that studies autism and stuff like that.
If
Because
she
this
gets a
is
job and then she claims disability and then they find out she doesn't legally, she
yeah,
can get in trouble.
yeah.
Ooh,
So
she can get in
and yeah,
trouble.
in a way, she's not the asshole whatsoever. because of that. She saved. I mean, yeah, it's school, and you might get bullied the same way she bullied you, for being a fake, being a poser. Um, but she deserved what she has come into herself at this point in time, because it could have been worse.
Yeah,
Especially nowadays when you get caught on a lie. Oh, especially after becoming viral, if that was what she was looking
yeah.
for, the world
Well,
would chew you out and spit you.
somebody put, not the asshole at all, declining in popularity in high school is small potatoes compared to the lawsuits she could face later in life if she
Yeah.
continues to fake the disability, which granted she probably grew wise enough not to do it, but still she's getting her comeuppance. She said this other person who's responding to it on the thread was saying, when I was in high school 20 years ago, there was a popular girl who had a speech impediment. She always threw parties at her house because her parents were always out of town. And she was dating the quarterback of the football team. One day, one of her friends was over at her house and met her parents for the first time. When the parents overheard their daughter talking, let's see, they asked her why she was pretending to still have a speech impediment. And it was revealed
Whoa.
that she had one when she was younger, but had worked in speech therapy and gotten rid of it, except that she still pretended she had it when she was around her peers. People felt lied to, and it was a big story for a month or so. But today, 20 years later, she married to the quarterback, and they have 3 kids together. I tell you the story just to make the point that even if things seem bad for Alyssa for a period of time, you haven't ruined her life by telling her parents what she's been up to. People who are
Exactly.
really her friends will remain her friends, and if she didn't have any friends in the first place, that's because of how she treats other people.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It would have been a lot worse if she would have reached a point where now just a few dozen, maybe 100 people knows you or whatever, and they talk to you about in school that being a person that's being known by millions and millions of people because you became viral, and then they find out that you don't have it.
Yeah.
I don't think you want that kind of clout, because then you'll be like, oh, I had to leave social media because my mental condition now, because people now is just blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you kind of you got a bullet, but you dodge a bigger one.
Yeah. And I think honestly, it's one of those things where, it's you're not an asshole. Simple, because she made fun of you. She did all that stupid stuff to you, and then all of a sudden she has it. Now, mind you, people can get diagnosed later in life.
Yeah,
It is possible, but the fact that she did all that stuff to you, and then she's trying to get pity off of it, and it seems like she was saying, it seems like on the profile she was romanticizing it. So it just seems like she's doing it for clout. She was
yeah,
doing it for people to feel bad, so that people are like, oh my gosh, you're such a strong person, which is most likely what people are going to say. Oh, you're
yeah.
so strong for going through it, and then she starts, slowly getting better. It's just clout. People are trying to get, become
Exactly.
commentators and
You
be
just
famous.
don't get better with autism. That's
Yeah,
a condition that, as far as I know, nowadays is still haven't have a definite cure because of the wide spectrum of autism.
yeah,
And the sad part about it is that when they come with that self-diagnose, it's like I type in Google, uh, diseases that might cause me to cough uncontrollably, then you self-diagnose yourself with type 3 lung cancer or throat cancer, when, bro, you just had allergies. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just kind of crazy that sometimes people like want to self-diagnose and create this whole narrative about what's going on with them. Just go see your doctor. Go see a specialist. If you're really concerned about whatever's going on, go see a doctor. That's what they're
agreed.
there for.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're not the asshole. She deserved it. She needed someone to come out with it. Not only that, but honestly, stuff like that. This is the other way you gotta think about it: is you're not the asshole for this simple reason. This could actually be detrimental to people who have autism, because then it could be one thing where she fakes it and then people see that, they can say, oh, well, then do other people have autism is an actual real thing, and that can actually be bad for people who actually do have autism, because then people might question them. It can get worse. So there's negative sides to her faking it, because if she would have gotten away for even longer,
Mhm.
she can make it look bad for other people who legitimately have it, and make there be a negative view or outlook on people who have autism, because then people are going to start questioning, oh, you probably don't really have it because you're normal when it comes to other things, blah blah blah. When there's such a spectrum, you can't say, oh well, this is not, you're normal when it comes to this, so you can't have it. So it can actually make people who have that look bad. So no, you're not an asshole.
Yeah. Well, I got one more for the books.
Let's get it.
Says here, am I the asshole for not accepting my sister's offer to be her maid of honor?
Hmm.
Now, story goes like this. When my sister got married, I was still in college. She had not really kept up a relationship with me while I was away. We will see each other once a year at Christmas. Of the few times she called, she would make a point to deny the existence of my mental disorders, anxiety, and depression, and basically tell me to suck it up. My disorders were affecting my ability to work, study. She took this as a personal choice to not succeed. To not succeed. Our relationship was strained at best. In my junior year, she sent me a card in the mail to be her maid of honor at her wedding. At this point, at this point, her best friend had made all the arrangements for the wedding shower, the bachelorette party, the flowers for the wedding, catering, etc. Usual, maid of honor responsibilities. So I told her that I think her best friend should be the maid of honor. She did all the work and was busy, and I was busy with college, and in a state away, so she was in another state. Her best friend should get the title. I was not being sarcastic. I really thought that the best friend deserved it. My sister was irate. A lot of snarky remarks were made through the event for not cooperating. Our relationship is basically over, even now, several years later. Am I the asshole? I don't think so.
I'm
She's
gonna say
being a
no.
dick. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
say no.
yeah, because it's simple. She didn't believe you had what anxiety and
And
stress. I think
depression.
you said? And depression. That's not, unfortunately, people. I don't know how old she is, but especially in our generation, 80s and 90s, that was
That was
considered
posted
something.
14 hours ago.
14 hours ago. So, well, I don't know how old she is, like
Well,
in
she's in
general.
college, so I would say maybe early 20s.
Okay, so she's in college now. Okay, so like for us in our generation, it was considered like if you have anxiety or depression, you deal with it.
Yeah,
Suck it up, buck. Put it in, swallow it down, leave it there, and that's it.
which I
So
think that's where his sister's coming from because it looked like the sister is older.
yeah,
So she probably have that old school mentality, like what I'm saying, like suck it up. That's just you making
yeah,
excuses.
yeah. Which if her sister's older, don't get me wrong, I don't think that's something to excuse because that's what people don't realize. For example, Robin Williams, he was depressed, all that stuff, and look, he unalived himself,
Yeah.
unfortunately. There's a lot of people, Anthony Bourdain, he was stressed, depressed, unalived himself. It's one of those things where you can't dismiss someone's mental status and their being without knowing what's in their head. Even if you talk to someone they're trying to deal with it, it's still something that's not easy. So you dismissing that, if you guys weren't close to begin with, and then you telling her, "Oh, you're not depressed. It's just you acting like a baby." Blah 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 blah. You're dismissing how someone feels. No one should ever have to worry about being dismissed of how they feel because you might think it might not be anything, but for that person, that could be a huge deal. So telling someone that, "Oh, that's just a you thing," that's not the way to go. So
Yeah.
you can't be mad at her for not wanting to be in it. And second, if she's telling you, "No, I don't want to do it. I'm just too stressed," blah blah blah. I'll still be there, but I think your best friend would actually
Which
be
she
a really
did
good
because she
idea.
was there and then she was making
Yeah,
snarky remarks
yeah, and then
at
she's
the
telling
wedding.
you, "Hey, your
It's just
friend isn't
strange.
perfect for the role. Your friend already did the work. Just let your friend be. I'll still be there, but I just don't want to do it." You don't know if someone can handle the responsibility or not. Or that might be too much for her. That could cause her depression and her anxiety to be worse. So, I think your
I
sister's
mean,
the
the friend was
asshole.
already taking care of all that stuff, so it makes
Yeah,
no type of sense for you to be the maid of honor and then make your best friend work her ass off to get all that stuff
yeah,
done, just sit down there just to be another maid.
facts. Not only that,
Yeah,
but like,
the sister's being an asshole to her best friend.
yeah,
Best
that's an
friend.
asshole. Yeah,
I don't know. She's not an asshole. I mean, she was very clear. I mean, they really didn't have a relationship like that to begin with, and just
exactly.
that just kind of comes to show that just because you're family and you're blood, don't mean that you guys are connected, or have a relationship. even if you were born in the same family, that takes work. It's not just a given
Right.
right that, oh, you're my sister, you're my brother, and yeah, you're supposed to do this for me. And not, no, you need to build a relationship even with your siblings. It's crazy.
Wherein that comes the other question of that leads into the whole fact of just because you have a brother or sister or you have kids doesn't mean you're gonna like them.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean you're gonna like them. Relationships, it's regardless of you're related or not. The only thing you guys have in common is you're the same blood and you're related. Other than
Yep.
that, when your parents, if you're a parent and you have a kid, you don't know the kid until the kid starts developing that personality.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how the kid is. It's a brand new human. Therefore, you don't have to like your child. You can not like your child at all, but you love them. You love them. You
You're
care
still
for them.
responsible for them until you're legally not.
You know what I'm saying? You're still responsible. So just because you don't have to like people just because they're related to you. You could have people. I have a few people I'm related to, and I'm just not
Yeah,
close to them. It's
you
not
can
going to
be
happen.
you
We
can be
don't get
related
along.
by blood, but you're complete strangers. It's crazy.
Yeah, you're still if you have to. It's like anything, related or not. You have to build a relationship with people to get close, to earn the trust, to earn the empathy, to earn the sympathy, to be able to do things and try to do things together. If you don't build a relationship, related or not, it's not going to make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to make a difference. So if you don't build, I don't care if I'm related to you. If we barely talk and I don't see you for years at a time, why would I be like, oh yeah, we're so close? No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not close. So why would I want to do stuff for you if we're not close like that? That makes no sense. It's like same thing with a friendship. You consider it as if it's a friend you just meet. You don't know them. When you first meet someone, I consider everyone acquaintance, but when you meet people, you don't know them like that. You don't know how they're going to ride with you. If they're going to do stuff with you, they're going to be close with you. So why would I get to know them and like them if I don't know how they are? You can say,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
it's
they're
kind of
cool.
like the same thing that you were just talking on the previous Am I the Asshole? People throw that word, they're my friends, they're my friends, they're my friends, just like they throw like, I love you type of thing. And it just loses the meaning because you call everybody your friend when you don't know lickety split. I don't like anything about their
Thank you.
characters, the
Thank you.
persona, nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, that's my friend. And you're like, but why did you do that to me? I thought we were friends. No, you guys were never friends. You just knew the person.
I
You may have
knew you for two.
conversations here and there. It's like a coworker. You're not gonna tell me that
Thank
your
you.
coworker is your friend, and then you want to go out for drinks and this and the other. Yeah, you can build a friendship from a coworker
Yep.
and build into a friendship, but just don't assume just because you're coworkers and you guys work 8 hours a day or 14
Yep.
hours depending on what job you have.
Well,
That's
it's
your
like it's like you said, just because you work with each other and you go out and have and do things, your acquaintances. This is what I hate about people. I've told people this. I let people know when I meet them. Oh yeah, if we hang out a few times, I've done this to someone and they didn't like it, but then when I explained to them why, they realized it and then they started doing the same thing, which is awesome. But like when I meet anyone, I don't consider you a friend because once or twice it's nice to hang out. But what if like, oh, that's my friend, but if we've only hung out 3-4 times, how is that considered a friend? You're an acquaintance who you've hung out a few times, you enjoyed each other's company, but that's it. Real friends are people who stick by you, not only through your good times but through your worst. So why am I going to consider you a friend if I don't know you like that? I've told people, I've actually had a dude I knew for 2 years, and one day we were in a Xbox party chat, and he's like, oh, how long? This other rando dude came in. We were talking. He said, oh, how long have you guys known each other? And this dude was like, it's this white kid from like Wisconsin. He's like, oh man, we've been friends for 2 years. I'm like, we've been what? And as a lot of y'all will know, I'm a very blunt person. I'm like extra blunt more than the average person. And like I've said in some of the past podcast episodes, I'm like when I tell people like when I first meet people, I'm gonna let you know ahead of time. I'm a blunt person, and people are like, oh no, I am too. I'm like, no. I'm more
You don't
blunt than the average
understand.
person. Like
You
I
don't
am. Not just because
understand.
I'm from Boston, not just because I'm Puerto Rican, that's because I grew up. I'm more blunt than the average human, than the average person. There's other people like me, but I'm like, in your circle, I'll guarantee you I'm the most blunt person you'll have. And he's like, yeah, we were friends. I'm like, I guess you can call that. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, we're not friends. I'm like, I don't consider us friends. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, we're not boys. I'm like, bro, we barely talk. You only come in here. You only come in the party when you're bored and when you have no one else to hang out with. You love hanging out with us, but you don't hit us up. The only time he did hit us up was when something was going wrong and he wanted advice or someone to vent to. But if we had something like that, he wouldn't listen.
He
And
would
I'm
not be
like,
available. Yeah, you're
yeah,
not
he
a
wasn't
friend.
available. So I'm like,
No
that's not
more
a friend.
ways.
Yeah, you're an acquaintance. It has to work both ways. So for me, I tell people, I'm like, bro, you're an acquaintance to me. He got pissed. I'm like, you're an acquaintance. I'm like, I don't consider you a friend. I'm like, he's like, that's wrong. I'm like, no, it's not wrong. I'm like,
Hmm.
you throw around friend, people throw around friend too much. No, you're an acquaintance to me. When you prove otherwise, then we're friends. And there's various levels of friendship.
Yeah.
You, Geo, Seed, you guys are friends. The people who I know, you guys are family. There's no more friends. You're family. That's it. Other people, you're an acquaintance. And I told this other guy, he's like, he asked for advice, and we were on the phone. He's like, I called you because I need advice, because basically he was talking to this guy who they were talking. They only talked every now and then. He's like, yeah, the guy got mad at me. He's like, no. He's like, the guy said we're not friends. He's like, the guy didn't answer me immediately, and he got mad about it. And this is my gay friend. He's talking to one of his friends. He's like, oh, he didn't answer me immediately. He's like, am I that? He's like, am I the asshole? He's like, am I wrong for being mad that he didn't answer me immediately when I asked him? I'm like, well, how often do you talk to him? He's like, well, not. We don't really talk like that. I'm like, I usually hit him up, if something's wrong. But I'm like, does he do it for you? He's like, no. So you're only there.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy sometimes the
back
things
and
that
forth. I'm
people
like, bro,
expect
we're an
from
acquaintance.
other people. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, well, that's why I go to you, because we're good friends. I'm like, if that's what you want to call it. And the first thing he said was, he was like, he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you don't want me to be honest with you. He's like, no, I come to you because you have really good advice, and I trust what you say. I'm like, you really want me to answer you? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I don't think we're friends.
Yeah.
And he was
I am not your
quiet.
therapist. Don't call me just cause
Yeah,
when you have problems.
bro,
That's
he was quiet. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, bro, you only hit me up when something's going wrong, or I'm like, anytime you go out with the people we have in not acquaintance, and people who we know together, the same
Yeah, an
with
associate.
yeah,
That's the next
people
level.
who
An
people we ran
associate.
around the same circles. I'm like, whenever you guys go out, I'm always the last one you go to. I'm like, that doesn't work for me. I'm like, I'm not the person who you can come to only when last minute, or something to that effect.
Yo,
I'm
that'd
like,
be crazy. You know how there's people like that, like crazy. They will only come to you when they want something off of you. Other than that, yo, you won't hear jack squat from them
at all,
at
bro.
all. Like, no, like not even a good morning. I'm like, yo, what's nothing? But then you expect me to say good morning, good afternoon, good night. How's your life been? How you everything's going? How's the family
Mhm.
going? How's the work? How's this? How's that? And then when you hit those regular questions, they be like, oh man, my life's just kind of hard right now because I'm going to da da da. So now they want to vent, but then what happened when you going through something and yo, I need to talk to somebody. Hey, can I talk to you for a second?
Yep.
I have something on my mind. Oh no, bro, like right now I'm busy. I'll hit you up later. And then never ever get a call back.
Yep.
No, you're not a friend. You're an acquaintance. So at that point in time, I'm gonna I'm just gonna leave you as it is. I'm gonna leave you in that spot right there. You're not a friend. Don't come over here and talk about like, oh, why you didn't do it? Because you're not my friend. We just know each other. We just keep it that way.
hmm I forgot the quote, but it's something along the lines, and I live by this uh, notoriously. It's if I'm not invited, I don't ask. If you don't ask me, I don't go. If I'm not invited first, or at least immediately, I don't bother. I agree with that. It's something along those lines, because if you only come to me when you need something, or when it benefits you, and you don't let me go to you,
Mm-hmm.
we're not friends. We're acquaintances, and it's like, that's why it's like, with that whole situation, it's like, no, just because we're family doesn't mean shit. Doesn't mean shit to me. We're not there. We don't talk. There's no necessary involvement that needs me or requires me to do things for you just because.
Yeah,
If we're not close, why would I need to go near you? So no,
yeah.
you're not the
It's
asshole.
a two-way street. It's always a give and take. You cannot just be the only one that give, and I gotta be the only one that receive. Pause.
Yep.
But
Fact.
is just that one thing that okay, you need help, I help you out. But when I need help, and not saying that you only help to give that to get the same thing back, but I think that it goes without saying that if somebody took out of their time to help you out or give you that helping hand, to
Yep.
be that shoulder for you to grab out or lend you that ear, bro. The proper thing to do, because that is not the normal thing, because there's no such thing as normal in this life anymore. But the proper thing to do is just to be the same way, because you're gonna say he's human just like I am. So he might be going through some stuff. So take the time and just be like, yo, hey, how you doing, bro? How's your day's been?
Yep.
And not just, one of those like good, and then you just let it be. I'm like, okay, he said good. Because most of the time, especially for men, every time we get that question asked, we always gonna say we're good, the family's good, everything is great, nothing's going on. But there's a lot of stuff going on. And that's kind of like, if you're a true friend, those are answers that you would never want to hear.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's a red flag. If I call you, how's everything, and you say good, good, and everything is good, I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, now you're gonna sit down, you're gonna tell me that everything is good. You better start saying something before I go over here and just like
Yeah.
go through this internet line and they just go and show up at your crib. Like, what's going on? If it's good, tell me why is it good. Like you have to elaborate on that one
Yeah.
sentence or one word type of thing.
Agreed. So yeah, you're not the asshole. So I'm gonna ask you a question. This is gonna be some fun time. This is some funny podcast questions, y'all. We're gonna call this the funny minute, hour, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna do a little funny stuff before we close out on here. So, what's the funniest pet name you've ever given to your partner or been given?
Bruh, can I have a moment of honesty?
Get it, get it.
I ain't never given a pet name.
Really?
I despise pet names.
I call my girl my little sushi roll.
Literally, bro, I can call my girl into this camera right now. I call her by her name, and like the most I will go by, and that is the most, is babe. That's the most, babe.
What does she call you?
Oh, she always was want to call me babe, and but like she never really when she actually tried to give me pet names. I know that she either is playing around because she knows I don't like them, or she wants something. Like she actually wants something, and like my sweetheart, my schnookums, and all this other stupid stuff. Bro, like I can't stand pet names. It's just I don't know what it is about that. It's just stupid. Like it don't click in my head. It's just like, what are you doing? Do I look like I have mental problems that you cannot talk to me? I'm a person. I got a name. Call me by my name. I'm good with that.
It's
The
funny.
most I would probably tolerate is probably something like honey, because it's more like a southern thing. Like, hey,
Yeah.
honey, how you doing? Something like that. Like one of the things I like to say, and I know sometimes me and my wife started issues because I call everybody mama or papa. Say like, hey, mama, how you doing?
It's a normal
You know what I'm
Hispanic
saying?
thing.
Like that is not I'm giving you a pet name. It's just like I don't know your name. I'm not really trying to bother learning your name, so I say mama. So it's just kind of like, hey, mama, how you doing, papa? Like that's it. That's as far as it goes for me. For me. But it's not like, oh my god, I'm trying. No, it's a cute name. No, I ain't getting nobody no damn cute name. I call you by your government name.
Facts.
What's
And
you?
then,
What she calls you?
God, what does he call me? Everywhere from honey buns to
Honey
fucking
buns.
sushi rolls. Another one, the same thing. But we both love sushi. I got like 30 pet names. Everything
You
you can.
are great. You are
Most of the time it's babe, but
30 pet names.
we have a crap, like not 30, but like it's not exactly. But there's a decent amount. There's a decent amount. Okay, and last question. First or second last, I don't know. What is your favorite film soundtrack, and how does it enhance the movie watching experience for you?
Movie soundtrack?
I'm gonna tell you off the bat right now:
Hmm.
Bloodsport, Kickboxer, anything with John Claude Van Damme. Basically, the movie soundtracks for them, especially Bloodsport, because it's amazing. It really goes. First of all, Hans Zimmer is a genius when it comes to soundtracks. I don't care what anyone says. If you disagree, you're wrong and you have an issue in life and you need to go to a doctor and get that fixed. Hans Zimmer is a pure genius. Second, Bloodsport is a classic movie. And third, it really enhances the movie because like when like when he's sad, they have the sad song, and it's like you can feel like oh man, like oh, and it's going there like you're in that
Like
feels
he's
with him.
building into the
Yeah,
scene.
you know what I'm saying. It's building time when he's about to fight. He's there, and you hear the sound. Like for let's give him an example. Like Eye of the Tiger. That's a
Mhm.
classic soundtrack. Everyone knows that
Oh yeah,
song.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah.
fight. He's going there. He's fighting. He's ready to fight. He's Eye of the
Yeah,
Tiger.
and the whole thing
And
with
that
the
it
training and
makes you
stuff
feel
like
it.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, yeah, let's go. You know, the first thing you're thinking is like, yeah, we're gonna beat him. You're not gonna beat him. He's gonna beat him, but you
Yeah.
feel it though. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Adrian.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those where movie soundtracks do make a difference, but it's far and few in between that really make you feel. Bloodsport, if you've never seen it and you watch it, I guarantee you 100,000% you will end up getting into it and be like, man, this is how good it is. When I train my martial arts, I have that soundtrack on. I get into it and
Bro, I
I'm just
don't
there. I
know.
have it on. I'm
For
just like,
movies,
whoa.
bro,
I'm just,
like
bro, I go crazy.
I
I
don't
go
know.
crazy.
It for movies, bro, like it's really hard to pinpoint. Um, I don't know, bro. Like I never really pay attention to the movie soundtracks.
It's crazy.
I just yeah, it's kind of crazy though because I always get so tuned into the what's going on that I
But
kind
I
of just
guarantee you, if you start paying attention and you start watching that one of your friends and you have a soundtrack, I guarantee you, when you actually start paying attention to it, you're gonna actually feel it more. I guarantee you. I put money on it. I put
I don't
money
know,
on it.
like it's I guess it's
Do
just
it.
because I
Try it with
go
the
like
soundtrack and without it, and I guarantee you, you're gonna feel a
it's
difference.
kind of crazy. It's more like I became more in love with, and I know I keep going back to this, but I get in like I've become in love with like anime and all that like for the past
Your
few
anime
years. But
soundtracks.
something like where I feel more connected and it's because the music and the soundtrack is so predominant when it comes down to the action stuff like Naruto,
Yeah,
One Piece, you know, like when even Dragon Ball Z, like you know when the fight was about to start going on, whatever.
yeah.
But they're
You
not
see
like
what I'm
real,
saying?
like they have movies and OVAs and stuff like that. But it was more
Wait,
for like
movies and what?
OVAs. It's like short, like sidetrack movies, if anything, like
Okay.
stories outside of the story, kind of thing, whatever.
Now I learn,
Um,
and now you know because knowledge is
yeah,
power.
yeah. But it's just like one of the man, like honestly, like it made me cry. Is that
Oh,
episode? Yo, I'm dead serious. If you ever watch One Piece,
I love One
and
Piece.
for those who
I
know
love
what
One
I'm
Piece.
talking about. People will probably know even without me saying it. Y'all know. Those who watch One Piece know that they know.
Is
And for
it
those who don't know, look it up. When they uh when they changed the ship from the Merry Go to the Sunny Go,
okay?
bro,
Okay.
bro,
He's like,
watch that
no.
episode for when bro, I was so connected to the whole because as a person that watched the show all the way, the moment that you see that basically the ship it was a whole it was a character on its own. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was just a ship, the ship at the end of the day ended up having like his own personality per se. And when they had to let the ship go because he was just like at the end of it, you know, like the ship couldn't take it no more. Like it was that was a wrap, and they had to burn it, and they had to
Yeah.
like all the memories start playing back, and they play the music was just the right type of like sentimental like vibrations, if anything, bro. My eyes start getting all watery and stuff. I'm like, oh my god.
It's because you grow that bond with the ship after
Yeah,
so many
exactly.
seasons,
Like through the
and
whole thing, and
you
that's
see
what I'm
it
saying.
leaving, dude. It's like
Like I
no.
never really did it attached to the movies because it's like okay, it's a movie, you know, is whatever. I'm a person that that pays more attention to the context because even though I know like a movie like the like Demon Slayer and they have the movies where they have when the Harisha died, for those who know, you know, it was sad and everything like that. The music was good, but like top tier, like that's gonna be my number one. It has to be that one. My second one, I would say, is the OVAs for Samurai X, Rurouni Kenshin.
Ooh.
The backstory, like where he came from and how he got the
Yeah,
scar on his
yeah,
cheek,
yeah.
and then they had this song playing over there, like how the whole story between him and the girl that he fell in love with, she was a wife of a guy that he killed,
Yeah.
and she made it her mission, like, oh, you're gonna whatever. So she basically cursed the scar. That's why he always carried the scar. And then they make a OVA after the show was over, where he got old and then he had like tuberculosis or whatever not. And I just love it how they connect everything, and the music that they
Yeah.
played is, it was just, I still like, honestly, like the intro music and the outro music for Samurai X, to me, for TV show, like for anime shows, that's the best. Like I can sing that stuff inside my head right now. The whole thing, bro. I just gotta hear it from the beginning, and I already like, oh, Samurai X playing. Like I would know, like on the spot, but like
It's great
that ones that touched me the most was that one from One Piece, bro. Like that one just made me like,
because the music is perfect because it brings out the emotion during that time
yeah.
of what I
But you
was
see
at.
that the thing about it is that you have to have the perfect combination of storytelling and soundtrack to mix together, because
Yeah.
sometimes people like, I mean, like I get it. Everything has soundtracks, but like that's something that sometimes get lost in translation when it comes down to the movie. Either the
Oh, true.
action, like either the action sometimes don't really match what they're playing, or like what they're playing is way too overpowering to what's going on.
Of
So you
what's
kind
going
of
on.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, like it's not that synergy like that. There's,
That's
I
why
gotta say, like
Bloodsport
Eye
is
of
the
the Tiger,
ultimate
like
movie.
Eye of the Tiger is a perfect example because everybody knows it. And you and
Yeah.
like you, the moment you play Eye of the Tiger, I already can, like I'm already watching the movie is like in
Yeah. You
my
can
head,
picture what's
like
happening at that time.
everything is right
Yeah.
there. So
Bro,
yeah,
that's why like when I listen to like that's why when I watch Bloodsport, if I have it on and I hear a certain like I go on YouTube and there's this one guy has all the Bloodsport soundtracks on there. The minute I hear like the sad one, the sad song that's like I forgot how it goes, but it's like it's a slow song. I already know what's happening. He's sad because the girl left. He's trying to figure out what's happening, so he goes on his walk and he's just oh no, his friend got in the hospital. God, I can't remember his name, but it's Frank Dukes, and then his friend he got hit, by the guy. He got stomped on his head. Yes, he's in the hospital. He might not make it. So then he's walking through Hong Kong and through China. He's walking through China and he's just sad and he's just like thinking, he's like, oh, I'll let you go.
yeah, I don't
It's like
remember.
you can feel like the synergy, the song. You can feel like the sound, like, no, is he gonna live? And it makes
Oh,
you like
yo,
go
you
in.
know something? Now that you mentioned, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's because I was a lot younger, but now that I thought about it, Jurassic Park.
Oh
Da,
yes,
da, 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 da,
yeah.
da, 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 da. Yo, like I get so excited. I'm like, oh, dinosaurs!
Yeah, bro. It's the classic. I think music back in the day, soundtracks were better than the stuff they have now because they really
To be
get you
honest with you, I
into the
barely
stuff.
watch movies now. Is just because I don't know. Like they have lost. There's good movies out there. I'm not going to sit down and lie to you, but for the majority of the times, movies, I'm just kind of tired of all the redos of old movies, and it's just
Yeah,
like, what are you guys doing? Like, yeah, y'all just like, okay, let the classic be a classic, and because what they do is that sometimes they make remakes of the movie and they just make them worse. And it's just like, you just ruined everything that I knew about this movie that made it good. It's like they making a new movie for Final Destination, and I was looking at TikTok, and I think, I'm not 100% sure that the new movie is gonna be called Final Destination Bloodline,
oh god,
or Blood something, where like one person didn't get killed and they escaped the whole dying. So now basically the final destination is just taking the whole family together, kind of thing. I'm
yeah,
like, yo, taking the whole family. I mean, it sounds good in paper, but like, I don't know. Like you took this long to bring another final destination. I already
bro,
traumatized
it's been a
with the
minute.
original final destination. Damn it. Don't bring no new trauma.
21. Let me see here. I'm gonna bring up this. I had to message him on his post on Instagram. So this is a dude I follow. Speaking about the music and how the soundtracks work. There's this guy, and I just messaged. I just said I'm talking about you and your post now in our podcast episode 21. I let him know because this is important. So his name is DreamKid83. Not sponsored by him at all. I love this dude. I think he's from the UK. I could be wrong. I'm not sure where he's from, but his name is, his Instagram thing is DreamKid83. Hold on. And so I love his posts and stuff because like the stuff that the things that he has on there, he makes music and then he has like a backstory to it. So let me see here. So I'm gonna play you guys. Let's see. DreamKid83. Okay. So I'm gonna actually show you guys. Actually, no, I'm gonna go on Instagram and actually show you guys this because I feel like you can hear it, but watching it kind of gives you that vibe as well. So I'm gonna show you guys his thing real quick because I'm telling you this fits in like crazy to when we're talking about music, feeling the thing. So what he does is he'll make a song, he plays piano and different instruments and stuff, and then he has a scenario that he does with it. And Instagram be popping up some crazy stuff. Yeah. But we're gonna continue on that. But let me find out. Let me see. But anyways, moving on forward. So his name is DreamKid83. I'm gonna screen share this so you guys can see. The way he has like a very 80s 90s vibe, the way he has the colors in his videos, but how he has the music, like I'm gonna okay, don't read it. Once I put on the screen, don't none of you guys read it. Just wait. I'm not sponsored. We're not. It's not like he has money. Well, I don't know if he has money like that, but we're not sponsored. I just like him. He's awesome. I watch his stuff when I'm like, I love it. His shit is awesome. But check this out. So I'm gonna show you guys him, but don't read it. Just look at the picture and that's it. But try not to read anything. Watch what I'm getting into. Watch this, right? So let me know when you see this.
Go ahead.
Okay, so you see this. So he has all these different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he'll play some songs and then he'll have like something crazy on it. So we're gonna do this one right here. It says it's prom night in 1988. She's walking down the staircase in slow motion, and her family and date can't believe how she has transformed from outcast to princess. Now check this out. Now I'm gonna read it. Ready? Prom night, 1988. She's walking down the staircase in slow motion, and her family and date can't believe transformed from outcast. Now picture it. You can picture that. It's crazy, right?
Yeah. I can see it. I can see it.
And that's not even the best one.
Like coming down the
Yeah,
main
you know what I'm
hall,
saying?
coming down the stairs, and like everybody just turn around, like, wait a minute.
Now this is the one I like here. This one, you can picture almost all of these, but this is probably one of my favorite ones. And it's the year I was born. But it's 1984. You're cruising down a Miami highway. Your crush is in the passenger seat, and your hair is blowing in the wind.
Well, that was in 1984 in Miami. You try to do that stuff now, you're gonna get us a headache. All the traffic, that's what you're gonna get a headache now.
Like the stuff he makes is like it just works out so beautiful. I love how he does. He has one that's like
he has
like
that
running
old
from the
school.
cops on the highway.
He had that 80s vibe to the music.
Yeah, it's very old school thing. Yeah, so I love his stuff because it's like you can feel what he's talking about when he's doing it. Like it's just like you can picture it with the music. It's just like, oh man, like it's good. I love watching his stuff because like I'll be thinking about it. It's like, man, I wish I was like I was born in the 80s, but like I didn't get to be like a teenager in the 80s.
Yeah,
like in terms of like because I was younger in the 80s, but like it's just his stuff is
in
like
1984. That was before I was born. That was a whole year before I was born.
It's 80s synth, which makes it like perfect. It works out beautifully.
I was cruising in my daddy's sack.
He was fighting for his passage.
I'm saying I was just being the fastest one out there.
Oh my God. That's so funny. But yeah, that's the beauty of it. So that is the end, y'all. We're there. We're here.
reached the end of this episode, people.
You know it. You know it. So that is the beauty of it. Thank you for tuning into Latinos Unfiltered podcast. We hope you enjoyed our conversation and our crazy things. Let us know if you what you think about that. Check him out. Follow him. He's pretty awesome. I just like his stuff. He has a lot more. He has one. It's because he has a synth in it. The synth and it's like it's just an old school 80s 90s. It's just really dope. But yeah, let us know what you think. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
So, guys, make sure that you follow us, listen to our podcast, watch it.
Facts.
But you know something, like I love you guys just because looking at us, laughing with us.
But do you love them, or are you just throwing it out there?
No. You know, I want them to love us just like we love doing this. So you're saying, like, learn how to laugh, and grow and learn from the stuff that, I mean, if we didn't teach you anything new, oh well, we fail. But if you learn something or laugh some, we're mission accomplished. So remember, stay thirsty, not that type of way. Stay thirsty for knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So, we reached the end of this podcast episode, people. So keep on watching. Stay unfiltered. Keep watching us. I said it again. I don't know why I keep saying that. But yeah, just keep an eye on us, bro. We coming up with new stuff every single week. So we're here. Stay unfiltered. Porque somos los Latino Unfiltered.
Facts. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Make sure you go ahead and hit the notification bell so you can know when we put our episodes. We will be putting it every Friday or Saturday. Let's go with Friday. Let's go with Fridays. Saturday?
We leave it up to you guys. What you guys think? Saturdays or Fridays? Leave it in the
It'll
comments.
be like the 20th episode from here to there. We'll put it up every I'll put it up every Friday is what we'll do. We'll put up episode every Friday for now. Make sure you guys go ahead and follow us.
Okay, Friday. So he took the choice away from you guys. So now we're going to do it Friday. So yeah. Hey, you know something? Now that we are saying goodbye for this episode. I want to put one last song.
Saturday 3 p.m. is when we're going to put it.
Okay, that's Saturday 3 p.m. You see, he is worse than a girl. He don't know how to make up his mind. But now that we were talking about songs and we are leaving, I want y'all to think about this. There's a song that we created when we were in Job Corps. That was the staple of our friendship. He already knows. See, I don't even said anything. He already know what I'm talking about.
It's because we were chilling, and this is how it started. We were chilling, and then we saw there was water on the floor somewhere, and there was a yellow slippery when wet song. On that song, slippery when wet sign, and then I don't even know how it started.
I guess we were so bored. And I know that that we saw the sign there, and we're just being funny the way we are. We just made a song out of it, and it goes sleepity when we, hey sleepity when we, en la cocina y con tu tía. Yeah, like we used to remix that song all the time.
Oh my gosh! You can't tell me that's not catchy, y'all. You can't tell me it's not catchy.
The sleepity one way. If you try to make a song with sleepity one way, and we find out, you're in trouble. That's our song.
That's it. We got that out in 2007, yo.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
So that's people, awesome. This has been the end of it. I hope that you like what we're posting for you guys. Make sure that you again follow us on all social media platforms. We're on Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all of them good stuff. So until next time, stay unfiltered.